I played the demo of Monster Hunter Wilds at the Gamescom this year, and this is what I found. Capcom had a huge stand where they showed off the new Monster Hunter game. You could choose between a single player and a multiplayer demo. I can show you my gameplay as the recording was not allowed, but the single player game was essentially a showcase of the first few minutes of the game. We start off with the character creation screen, where you could choose a hunter, and the palico off of some presets. I do believe we will get the full character customization in the full game. I think this was just not needed in the demo. Then the game starts off with a cutscene. The ace commander is telling us that they found a boy named Nata from the tribe of Guardians. He was chased away by the White Ghost, which we know nothing about. He tells us to venture into the Forbidden Lands with our handler. Then the scene switches to the sand ship, where we see the sandworms, the Balahara, attack a young girl on a cycret. Another cycret follows them, and with no one on top, a hunter chooses to mount it to save the girl. You then have to scare away the Balaharas with sound bombs. When we save the girl, she tells us that she and her brother Yisai were attacked by a monster, and that he needs help. While the girl stays safe on the ship, we get ready to hunt some monsters. You talk to Alma, our handler. What really surprised me was that our character could respond, and that you could choose between answers like in Baldur's Gate. I don't think this will impact the story or the gameplay much though. So, you talk to Alma, and she asks you a couple of questions to determine what weapon would suit you best. For example, I answered I like doing lots of damage, and I don't mind having slower attacks if they do more damage. And the result was, she said, I like greatsword, which I do. I tried as many weapons as I could, and I have to say, they all still felt like the weapons we know from World. The movesets are definitely based off of World, and the gameplay, like how the combat feels, and the weapon, is also similar to World, but I think a bit smoother. Some major changes, for example, were made for the insect glaive, which I heavily approve of. First of all, the Kinsect can hold two buffs at the same time. Also, they switched the Kinsect control from L2 back to R2. And you don't have to do the shooting attack anymore for the Kinsect to attack the monster. There is now a special attack that makes the hunter attack with the insect glaive that also triggers the Kinsect to attack. Hunting Horn got a significant increase to the encore speed. You can still store 3 songs like you did in World and fire them off at the same time. It just feels like a smoother World Hunting Horn overall. The Hunting Horn notes seemed a bit off to me, as the color was not the same as the notes in World. I also tried Greatsword, Dual Blades and Charged Blade, which I found haven't changed much from World. At least I couldn't spot significant changes in the short time I had to test all of them. In the end, I chose Charged Blade to start the quest, and you could still charge the shield, sword, and the axe. Although the axe and the sword are charged separately, and I haven't figured out how to charge the axe. Also, the UI changed a lot in general. The health and stamina bar now have animations that go along with the hunter's heartbeat, and I didn't recognize the sharpness at first. There's also no clutch claw. The slinger still exists and was showcased in cutscenes, knocking rocks down and firing it at monsters. And you can also collect items from afar with it while you're on your mount. Then you go on to save the brother. He is attacked by a Hatacabra. You save him and attack the monster, and that begins the quest. The whole time your palico also follows you around and tells you that it's helping you right now. I found the palico's voice pretty cute, though I gotta admit, I didn't recognize at first who was talking to me. I'm really not used to them not doing meow. There the game also teaches you about the new mechanics. Then focus mode allows you to attack the spot at your crosshair that is pointing at. There's also a wound mechanic that feels like an improved and less forced tenderized mechanic, where you can attack a spot multiple times that causes a wound. That wound receives more damage when attacked, and you can remove the wound to be able to use a very powerful attack. The other mechanic is that when you attack a monster while it's also attacking, you can get it to flinch. And what I found really interesting is that you can also call your mount during combat. And while mounted, you can attack the monster with your weapon, potions and sharpen your weapon. You can also call other hunters with an SOS flare. In this case, though, not real players responded, but Olivia. And it's nice also to see fighting NPCs make a comeback from Rise. I really like that. Once you slay the monster, you can, get to the reward screen and can just continue to play from there. You find the brother who is alright, and then you're shown the first hub area. It is a base of operations built by the expedition team. And there you meet Olivia, Gemma, Oliver, and Cooking Granny that wait for you. It's safe to assume that it has all the essentials that every Monster Hunter village has. One thing to note though is that throughout the cutscenes in the demo you had sound glitches, which the staff confirmed were an issue. It just sounded very glitchy, as if the headset was not connected properly, which was not an issue of the headset, I have to say. I believe they will fix this until release, and other than this one issue, the games seem pretty polished already. The multiplayer demo throws you into the hub area, where you can just go on to explore the Windward Plains, with the foreshown monsters that are native to this region. The map has a lot of verticality, and you also did not see the whole map. It is hard to tell how big it really is. I think it was said that we will get different maps of different regions with one town each. And that concludes the video. I'm really excited for this game. It looks great. I do believe they will fix the performance issues in the cutscenes till the release. They still have a lot of time. And I really hope this is going to be Capcom's Elden Ring, success-wise.